Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. If you're planning to fly alone on an international flight or any long destination with your child, journey might seem a bit stressful. So, here are some very practical and useful travel tips for flying with a child on an international flight or even on domestic or for short trip locally, making journey smooth and joyful. So, from packing light to reducing screen time and how to engage kids in various activities so they don't get exhausted and cranky, everything shared in this video, along with several parenting tips that will make the traveling experience much smoother and enjoyable for both you and your child, making your journey stress free and more exciting, which you and your kids will cherish beautiful memories for life, inshallah. Hope you like this video. Keep watching. So, the first tip, if possible, try to book a direct flight as layovers and connecting flights can be tiring and stressful for children. Keep all necessary documents handy in one place. Even though I have a soft copy of my ticket, visa, and passport, I always keep one set hard copy handy. Carry pen as at times you are asked to fill forms at the airport or at the flight. Next tip is while booking your flight, try to choose seats that are near to the front of the plane or emergency exit rows. These seats tend to have more legroom and space, which can be helpful when traveling with a child. Next is how to reduce screen time for kids. For that, carry plenty of entertainment options for your child. If your kid is interested in activities, print them out, and this is how I create a folder with all my son's favorite activities which he loves to do. I also carry some interesting toys or surprise games that will keep him engaged during traveling. I also carry few coloring books and a writing pad instead of an iPad that will reduce the screen time where he can draw, recreate and erase easily. I'd also love to carry surprise entertaining stickers that keeps him busy most of the time as he tries to create his own journal out of it. And I also carry a blank page notebook for painting or coloring or even playing puzzle games with my son. Also some stationeries to keep occupied. Next very important tip is to have a first aid bag handy. Now this bag is a must in my handbag, usually which includes thermometer and some basic first aid medicines, ointments and band-aids, which I might need in an emergency, and having it handy is a real lifesaver. This first aid bag is always in my handbag, not only for international traveling, even for local travel, I prefer to have it handy. Next, moving on to the most important tip, that how to pack wisely. So make sure you pack all the essentials for your child, including all his favorite snacks and juices, as a hungry kid may turn cranky easily and you never know if your flight gets delayed or you have to stand in a huge immigration line to pass. So having enough snacks is best if you are traveling with a kid. So I prepare a separate snack bag with all my son's and mine favorite snack too to munch on. Moving on to one of the most important tip and must have for me whenever I travel is to have an emergency contact tag that I keep in my son's backpack, which includes important contact details in case he gets lost, God forbid, and he doesn't remember the contact number. This comes very handy as he can hand over to any officials and ask them to call us immediately. Usually it doesn't happen as I have trained my son to walk in front or alongside me and follow the green light red light rule. That's to stop immediately when I say red light, and for him this seems fun activity and he really enjoys it. So in this little backpack has all snacks, toys and books for activities. Also consider packing a small blanket to make your child feel more comfortable during the flight. Next, another important tip is to pack all your chargers, power banks, hard disk, USBs in a separate pouch and place them in your carry-on bag, that's your hand baggage, as these are not allowed in the check-in baggage. Create a packing checklist and pack all necessary essentials to ensure you have everything you need for a smooth trip. Another very effective tip is I always pack two sets of clothes for both my son and myself on my carry-on bag, as it's easy to locate once you reach your destination. So this is my cabin baggage that includes extra clothing, wipes, necessary medications and so on. Now let's proceed with our journey now. A quick tip before you travel, ensure to take good rest and sleep well, as it will keep you fresh throughout the journey. As international traveling is mostly hectic, and especially if you're traveling alone with kid, you need to have that patience and energy throughout your journey. Another useful tip, try to check in early at the airport. Do not forget to recite your travel dua, that's supplication for safe and smooth journey. And also arriving at the airport early allows for plenty of time to check in relaxingly, going through securities and getting settled before your flight. Also, if you have to walk long distance inside the airport, it will be hard for your child and they might get tired and exhausted. So you may request stroller at the entrance. Next, another very important tip is always be prepared for last moment delay in departure. Remain calm and patientful during such time as your mood swings might affect your child and they might lose their cool very easily. In such situations, explore the airport with your child and give them idea about airport operations and engage them in plenty of activities. Once you start to hear the boarding call just before boarding the flight, take your kids to washroom and freshen up as it's going to be a long journey and sometimes it becomes very uncomfortable to hold on when the seatbelt sign is on and if passengers are already in queue. So ensure to freshen up before boarding the flight. Once your boarding is done and flight is about to take off, make sure your kids chews or sips or has a candy or lollipop as it helps with ear pressure during takeoff and even for landing. And if they are infant, feed them, and for toddlers, give them pacifier. Also, you can carry sippy cup or a bottle for your child to drink from during the flight. Last but not the least, I always pre-book meal in advance and choose halal meals, making it convenient while traveling. Traveling with kids can be an exciting adventure. With careful planning and implementations, we can ensure to have a stress-free and enjoyable family vacation. During the flight, luckily, if your kids takes a nap, it's a bonus. You too can relax and take some rest as nothing passes time faster than a nap. And if they are active, then involve them in some research activity as to ask them how the earth looks from sky, how great it is to fly from one country to another, what are the time zone differences, and many more. And once I'm about to land, I point at a building and tell to my son that it's our grandparents' house. We're going to reach soon, and it's always overwhelming to see our land in our home country. That feeling cannot be expressed in words, especially if you're staying away from your parents and siblings and get to meet once in a while. All our childhood memories replenishes in 1 second, and it's always one of the greatest blessing to feel someone waiting for you to come home, none other than your beloved ones. Alhamdulillah, may Almighty keep all our parents and family in good health and protect them from evil eyes. Hope you like this video. Stay connected for more video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.